TJR, and welcome to episode 2 of Sounds Like the Beatles. In this episode, we're going to pay close attention to a song entitled Scandinavian Skies by Billy Joel. But before we go further, if you like this type of content, please be sure to click like, click subscribe, and be sure to click the notification icon so you can know when I release new videos. Also, if you want to take that extra step, you can go to the Patreon page. Patron supporters receive early access to selected videos and exclusive Patreon content. Scandinavian Skies was written and recorded by Billy Joel on his 1982 album, The Nylon Curtain. Back when the album came out, I can remember reading an interview with Joel where he stated that he wanted the album to be like a Beatles album in that each song was a completely different color. In fact, as late as 2011, he made the observation that when he recorded the album, he was in fact trying to go for a Sgt. Pepper, or playing the studio as an instrument. And I would say that he succeeded on all counts. The Nylon Curtain is one of my favorite albums by Billy Joel, and I would love to post a deeper analysis of the album at some future point on this channel. Over the years, many music writers have noted the very strong Beatles influence that is apparent in the production of this recording. The song opens with some blissful, ethereal keyboards. We hear in Dutch an actual boarding announcement for a flight from Amsterdam to Stockholm and the sound of an airplane landing. This sound effects of an airplane is an immediate reference to a similar effect used back in the USSR. A militaristic drum march darkens the tone of the song, and Joel plays an equally rigid octave C note to accentuate the sudden shift from bliss. This is followed by string instruments playing a discordant melody, suggesting madness. These string parts are very similar in style and in tone to the string arrangements created by Beatles producer George Martin for both I Am the Walrus and Strawberry Fields Forever. But whereas the strings for I Am the Walrus portray a more Alice in Wonderland style of madness, and whereas Strawberry Fields portrays what I would refer to as psychedelic sentimentality, Scandinavian Skies portrays a harder, more grounded in reality madness. In interviews, Billy Joel has since acknowledged that the song was based on a real live experience with heroin, stating, "It got me so high. I didn't know how to deal with it. It scared me." Joel's producer, Phil Ramone, stated that it's a basic story of what happened to Billy in the band's first travels. It's not too dissimilar to what happened to the Beatles or other people experiencing hallucinations that tie you down to madness. The lyrics are cryptic and mysterious, which admittedly a lot of 60s bands dabbled in and was also prevalent in many Beatles songs during their psychedelic period. Joel's vocals also sounded very John Lennon-esque on this particular recording, so much so that at one point producer Phil Ramone told Joel that his vocals sounded too much like John Lennon. Billy Joel at one point tried to change how he sang the song, but felt it wasn't working, so he reverted back to singing it in a Lennon-like style.
By the way, I could play the blues all night.
There is another song off the Nylon Curtain that is also very Lennon-esque, if not Beatlesque. It's track 2, entitled Laura. I would say that on this track, Joel sounds even more like John Lennon than on Scandinavian Skies. And if you are wondering why I didn't choose Laura over Scandinavian Skies, it's because Laura sounds more like Lennon during his solo period than during his Beatle period.
Laura calls me when she needs a good fix.
By the way, if the Nylon Curtain ever gets re-released in an expanded deluxe edition, I think it would be interesting to hear one of those studio takes where he tried to sing it not like Lennon. I should also point out that at the 4-minute and 6-second mark, the song shifts gears and breaks into a very neoclassical melody arrangement that feels very Sgt. Pepperish. This section is played with synthesizers. However, if you played it with brass instruments, its Sgt. Pepper influence would be even more obvious. Scandinavian Skies is a dark, surrealistic journey that takes you to hell and back again in just under 6 minutes. It's one of Billy Joel's most Beatlesque sounding songs from an album that I have often considered to be his Sgt. Pepper album. That wraps up this episode of Sounds Like the Beatles. So what do you think? Please leave a comment and also let me know what song you think sounds like the Beatles that perhaps I will talk about next time. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I hope you all stay safe and healthy.